Hey everybody, it's Frank. Welcome back. American Eagle Rises. How you guys doing for a Monday? Couple of things. First day of fall. I love fall. It's my favorite time of the year. It's I always like the last 2 weeks in September and the first 2 weeks of October. I don't know. I'm a fall, but I like kind of that beginning of fall. I do like the when it gets a little cooler, a little crisper. Maybe no high of 50, but it doesn't get, maybe 35 is the low. I call it hoodie weather, right? Because you can wear like a shirt or maybe something a little bit thicker of a shirt and then put a hoodie on. Just wear some blue jeans, some thick blue jeans. If you need to get some whatever thermal layer underneath if it gets being too cold. So anyway, that's what happened. Yesterday was eclipse. Yeah, I know. And then guess what? Today is Rosh Hashanah. So hey, we know the computers are listening and they have a certain demographic over there in the Middle East. So I will wish you, whoever's listening, a happy Rosh Hashanah. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I don't even know. But guess what? It's like a 10-day, 10. I think it's a 10 days. So my birthday's on October 1st, and I didn't know this. Yom Kippur is on my birthday. Is God trying to say something? And I don't know if you guys know what Yom Kippur is. So this is kind of like their new year, if you will. And I think like in a couple of days, I heard this. I don't know. A little birdie. They're gonna like blow a whole bunch of shafars, like 100 of them. I don't think they've ever done it before. But anyway, I also heard some crazy. They got like a red heifer. I don't know, guys. I'm not. I know all about this stuff. There's some. If you're like into Bible conspiracy, yeah, I know it's a Frank tinfoil hat. Come on. I used to be big into this stuff. But yeah, that's like significant and blah 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 blah. Oh, end of the world. Oh my God, you gotta put this thing in your arm. Yeah. Anyway, probably what I call more just bullshit. I could be proven wrong, but anyway, that's crazy. Another weird thing is right around this time, for some weird reason, although in that little country, all these big wars happen around this time. Now again, not many, but they had a couple in the past. So let's hope no funny business. Anyway, oh sorry. Anyway, to finish up, Yom Kippur is like the Day of Atonement or something. I shouldn't say something. I kind of know that, but I present this to you, the people. I like Bane from... he was a great bad guy. Him and the Joker. Those are some of the best... I do like Michael Keaton as Batman. He's probably my best Batman. But that's serious. Those three weren't too bad, I could say. So anyway... guess what? I forgot. It's a little bit, I don't want to say premature, but we must celebrate this because I haven't had the real thing in over 5 years. We have 69 subs. Yeah, boy. Man. There's only one thing that beats a good hearty steak, and that's a nice dessert of 69. Sue me. Sorry, Lisa. Maybe you're fun. Maybe you're laughing. You're laughing at that. Anyway, I had to do it. Tongue in cheek, Frank. God damn it, you're stupid, retarded. You. Was that really good? I don't know. You got. Hopefully, YouTube puts it as my thumbnail. Anyway, we're putting on the dorky ass, crappy old glasses. Oh man, the mighty have fallen. Yeah. So real quick in the financial news, looks like the Treasury yield it was down, then up, and unchanged. So DXY lost some value. And yeah, I call it the SPY barely went up. It did went up like a little bit. Bitcoin, I don't know. Bitcoin's shit in the bed, if you will. It's right up. It's not quite at 113, so it went above that 115 for a few days, and it's back. And I told you guys like I don't really think it's not going to break above that 15 for long. So it really literally didn't do it for long. But I don't think it's going to go anywhere near 107, 108. Definitely 100K is probably some long-term resistance. Outside of a market meltdown, we're not going to get that. So we keep buying like $10 worth of Bitcoin a day. It's $300 of Bitcoin. It's like going to the lottery. My friend came over and we went to 7-Eleven. I'm like, hey, dude, look. The Mega Millions is like over 400 million. Shit. You guys don't. I think, did I tell you guys I'd probably buy GM if I could? They probably want 500 billion, but yeah, anyway. So, but the biggest news today, guys. Yeah, get ready. Gold and silver are going. They finally have woken up. They finally got the memo. It took them like a week and a half to get the news. So, yeah, so gold is an all-time high. And it really broke recent here. So, if Frank has to guess, I'm looking at GLD, so I use that because that's the electronic version. Lisa, if you're listening too, so I don't know how much money you have. I don't know what your entrance and exit strategies are. Kind of figure those out, guys, if you're going to do anything with gold and silver, if you're going to buy it. There's many different ways to buy it. There's physical and not physical. The more you're into this precious metals thing, the more you learn and the more... Because sometimes when you buy gold and silver, you're buying core positions and you really don't plan on selling it, so you're more accumulated phase. You also have wealth preservation, so maybe a portion of it's not necessarily all electronic, but maybe it's not all hard form. Maybe you do a little bit of, I think they call it allocation. And you can get it back in physical form, but it's like, oh, it's a process. Anyway, but then I call it the capital gains part where you're trying to just kind of make money. Maybe a little more on the short term. And these ETFs are, they're a decent, it'll work. Some people will say, well, those can just turn into zero. Well, the entire stock market, Wall Street can turn into zero. So, you don't physically own anything, but really these are good because you can get on Robinhood, pretty much any trading platform. Right, and you're not like number one. You're buying it, and technically it's a contract. So then you're buying a contract, and then eventually you're selling a contract. But you don't have to take delivery of any. There's no crazy funny business thing. Although the old school, I guess you could if you wanted to. Right, but I'm saying is that when you buy physical, you buy it at a spot price. And there's what they call premium. So you're actually going to pay more. Let's say gold is I don't know, whatever. It's almost 4,000. So we'll just say it's 4,000. Say gold's 4,000. All right. So you're probably going to, depending upon the form, right? If you want like just a 1 ounce, kind of a generic gold bar, it's a little ounce. So it's a super small. I had one here, I think, but I put it away finally. Oh, well. Here we go. Shouldn't show you guys on camera, but that's a dragon. Yeah, Frank loves dragons. That's a 1 ounce, so that kind of gives you a case of the size anyway, because gold is actually much denser than silver. So size-wise, silver will be bigger, by the way. So you'll pay, depending upon what it is, if you're lucky, you'll pay like 3% over spot. But if you plan on flipping it right away, right? So that's just to say that you can hold this for a shorter period of time, not incur that fee. I call it a fee. It's not really a penalty, but it's a fee, right? Because then when you go to sell it, you don't really get that 3% back. And to be honest, some places may give you under spot. So let's say spot's at 4,000. Let's just say it's 10%, right? So you pay 4,100, and let's say gold goes to 4,100. Well, if you sell it, you might get 4,100 or less. But in this ETF, you don't have to worry about that, right? So it's kind of a hidden fee, if you will. But if you're buying long term and you don't plan on selling it for if it's generational wealth, it doesn't matter. You're going to keep it, hold it long term. Then there's a whole, like maybe one day physical will be extremely valuable. So it won't really matter what the spot price is. Anyway, that's, so the ETF, it's the GLD, it's at 345. And yeah, it's been kind of sitting around 340-ish. And it had that pennant formation for months, guys. I think in previous videos, I talked about it and then kind of didn't say too much about it because I didn't know which way it was going to break. And it's definitely broke to the upside. So that's typically bull market, but hey, take it for what it is. When it comes to technical analysis, when it comes to ETFs from gold and silver, it's almost like just toss those rule books to the side. It doesn't, I don't know what it is. The damn computers and the central banks, they don't like this shit. So, yeah, so that looks pretty good. So I don't want to say FOMO, but start considering thinking about it, especially if you have a bunch of cash. Oh, I don't want to say I have a bunch of cash sitting on the side, but that's my reserve. Because if I lose my job, guess what? Right? I'm a W-2. My house is my biggest debt. So anyway, I don't want to get into that. That's my personal strategy. You're not allowed to have. But SOV is just over $40. And that's actually big news. That's really. That's big news. I'm actually very excited about that, guys. I know you don't see, you freaking it. I try to contain my excitement because this anything can come anywhere from sideways. I mean, I don't want to say this feels like a trap, but it's a trap. I love Admiral Akbar. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, but it's above, and it's actually stayed above 400. Oh no, after trading it did go down 6. It's at a 40 handle anyway. But it hasn't been this high SOV in 15 plus years. The technicals look fantastic. It's definitely in a bull run now. The question is how long is this run going to last? I don't know. That's over what? That's like an 18th month chart, guys. It looks... Again, don't buy all at one time. Don't sell all at one time. If you can, the more you can cut it up, the better, right? And that's, that's a whole nother thing too. Although SOV is like the same price as kind of like spot silver. It'd be nice to be, but the GLD is actually like 1/10 of a gold, it looks like, of an ounce. It'd be nice if we could buy fractions of these, and maybe Robinhood. Maybe Robinhood, you can do that, guys. Yeah, I don't know. This video just started into. economics. We do have our, but I don't know if you guys do any coin collecting. I haven't bought one of these in a while. Um, I think that yeah. Okay, so these come out in April, and then when you buy it, it's always the year after. So the latest book of this red one, it'll say 2026. So I bought this one in 2023. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one comes out first. There's a blue book. The red book is like what dealers are kind of selling them for. The blue book is kind of what the dealers are buying it. And I used to have them both here. But it has good information. Maybe not necessarily the prices per se, although it kind of gives you an indication of which condition, because it goes by condition, right? Some of the conditions, like you can have a key, they call it key coin, right? There's a certain date that's key. And typically it's either the first one or one or two that are extremely low in mintage. When it comes to the older coins, it's all about the population. I don't want to talk about slab shit, to be honest with you. That's a whole nother can of worms. I don't know what it is about people with the damn slabs, but you can have like a really good key coin, but if it's in really, 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 really bad shape, it won't be really worth a lot. Now it will be worth more than the coins of similar condition, but like you can see it be like 100, and then you go up 3 grades and it can be $10,000. I'm not shitting you, like. But yeah, most likely you don't. But I think Lisa, if you're listening, you mentioned a 1909, so especially the old Wheaties. I'm gonna say anything prior to Black Tuesday, Black Monday? God damn it. The 29 crash, pretty much. And some of the 30s ones can be a little, yeah, I'm just looking at, yeah, there's the infamous VDB. You don't have a 1909S VDB. That's the granddaddy, by the way. But less than 500,000 were ever minted. So who knows how much the population set is. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, you got some crazy stuff where like if there's anything that's San Francisco, which is an S, and it should be wherever the date is on the penny, it should be at the bottom. Again, that's why these books are kind of nice. If it doesn't have it, that's actually a Philadelphia. Although new penny, maybe the penny they don't do it, but a lot of coins now they put a P on it. But back in the day, if it didn't have a mint mark, it was because Philadelphia was the first mint. If you guys don't know. And then they actually, I don't want to say Denver, but Denver's been around for a while. I don't want to say that's the second one, but anything San Francisco, because San Francisco was only supposed to do proofs, but typically anything from the proofs. So yeah, like your we'll call it 1910s. If it's got an S mark on it, pick them up. But they're going to be at least in the $10 to $20 range, even if they're in the shittiest condition known to man. If it's a 1914 D, that's a good one. That's over $100 at least. Don't double dies. There's no damn way it's a double die. I think the 1921 D. Let's see, my apologies. 1922 D is not too bad. 24D, yeah, 26S, 1931S. So that's again, there's like one or two in the Depression era. It's because of the mintage. And then during the Depression, they didn't make as many coins because it's right economic activity, right? So, but those are pennies. They're kind of fun. But to be honest, I haven't found a Wheatie in a while, in the wild, I call it. When I was a kid, I found them more often. But typically, if you find a Wheatie, it's most likely going to be like from the 50s, maybe the 40s. Although the ones from the war, I call them the war era, they were steel, because copper was needed for the war effort, right? For wires and shit. I'm not joking. And I'm trying to remember. I think it was 1942 is when that happened. And I think there was a 42 copper version initially, and then they yanked it out. And I think in 46 they reverted back to copper. Anything prior to 1982 is definitely essentially copper composition. In 82 they switched, so there's a few 82s. And I think how it goes is the large dates. Yeah, how does it go, Frank? I can't remember because my damn brain. Yeah, so yeah. And it's really hard. It'll show you here, but they changed it to what's called copper plated zinc. So in 82, I don't know exactly when, but I believe it's hard to tell, but there's like a date. So when you look at the date on the coins from 82, there'll be like a large font and a small font. So I believe what you're looking for are the small ones. I'm sorry, the large ones. But if you're not sure, just get a scale. I got like a small digital scale. And they'll weigh what 3 grams versus 1 gram. So the copper pennies will weigh more than the zinc copper plated. Now, ironically enough, this is how bad things are getting, guys. So that was back in 82, and then for a while, it wasn't too bad, right? The penny still had less than a penny's worth of material. But any penny right now that you have that's prior to 82, that's probably 5 to 6 cents of copper in that damn penny. Yeah. But don't melt it. That's a federal crime. I'm not joking, guys. They catch you doing that, you can go to pound me in the ass prison, and they won't be asking nicely. Your soul better belong to Jesus, because your ass belongs to me. Trying to remember what the hell that was from. But yeah, but it's so bad now that even though the zinc is plated with copper, there's still enough damn copper on that plating that it costs more than a penny. You can't make this shit up, man. Yeah, and you can kind of tell, actually, to be honest with you guys. I put them away. I think I put them all away. Damn it. I can't. Why is this? Hang on, guys. Oh, no, I got them. Sweet. So, like, your old pennies, they're going to have, like, I don't know if this damn camera will be able to picture it. Yeah, all right. I'm not going to be able to talk about anything else today. We're talking about coins. Sorry, my show. Is the little eagle guy. Oh, my God. Raymond, your live stream. Shit. I need to, like, put it out. Come on, dude. What the hell? Are you trying to zoom in on my neck or something? Anyway, you see the damn color? See that? That's what a real... Man, what is wrong with this thing? It's annoying, isn't it, guys? How do these coin show people do this crap? Anyway, I'll zoom it out. Yeah, see how it's got that finish. Sometimes if they're in really nice shape, I don't know if I have a really decent nice shape one here. It'll kind of have a little bit of, it's closest thing. See how it's a little more, it's got more of a golder tone to it. So, I mean, the copper ones look really nice. Even the older ones, even though the finish is gone, it's kind of brown looking is my point, right? Oh, by the way, they're not worth anything. I just think they're cool. Ever since I was a kid, the bicentennial quarters, So it's got old George on the front, but it's got like a drummer guy in the back. Actually, this one's in actually pretty good shape. Yeah, look at that. It won't damn zoom in on that. Why won't it? Look at that. What? What is its major malfunction? Oh my gosh, guys, isn't that stupid? But yeah, there you go. Kind of comes in. Yeah, yeah, I always collect those. If you guys see, they're not really worth anything either. The old, I call them old because no one has these damn half. I love half dollars. Actually, if you like flipping coins, a 50-cent piece is probably the sweet spot. Because depending upon how big your thumb is, I do like flipping a silver dollar, but it's too damn heavy. It's unwielding, and this thing's perfect. Anyway, sorry. Squirrel! Ooh, I forgot. I got Indian pennies. So here's an old one. And to be honest, I think some of these were bronze. A good portion of these, I think, were bronze. Now, there's not much difference composition-wise between copper and bronze, to be honest with you. I think it has more. I think it has tin. I'd have to look it up again, but I like the color. I love the Indian set ones. We'll show you that in a second. I think I've shown you guys some of this stuff. Now, I think these ones are 82 and... Yeah. So, see how the color is different. It's kind of close, but it's not. It can be shinier. And it doesn't have that like gold. I call it a gold shade. And maybe shade ain't the right word. But the new ones, because they're only plated, they get green. It's corrosion. Because brass doesn't rust, it corrodes. And it gets really, really green, but then it starts getting like this green as white. It kind of looks like batteries, that shit that, because I think it's a cathode anyway, so that's why it does the same thing as a fucking battery. Pardon my French. But just for your benefit, and I've only had a few in the wild, so your quarters, I don't have a dime here, but your dimes and half dollars, anything before 1965. So you're looking for 1964 and prior. They'll be made out of 90% silver, constitutional money, which we no longer have, which is against the Constitution, but let's not talk about that because I'll be here for 5 days and still talking. But they were all 90% silver, and that used to be the benchmark, to be honest with you. The premiums on them now are just absolutely ridiculous. There is an exception on these bad boys, not this one in particular. Yeah. So the half dollars for Kennedy, because Kennedys were started in 1964. So the first year was silver, but then only these half dollars from 1965, 66, 67, 68, and 69. I have to confirm about 1970. I think it's all the late 60s, 65 to 69. They were actually made out of 40% silver. So again, I think even when I was a kid, it was hard for me to get these half dollars. Even banks don't. They might have one or two, but if you go there, they probably don't. You ask a teller, they won't even know what the hell this is, to be honest with you. If they're a good teller, they will know. They may not necessarily see them a lot, but yeah, so whenever I go to a store or whatnot, I see it there. But it's funny because these aren't out there in the wild that much anymore. People just tend to keep, even though they're not really worth anything. I just think they're damn cool. I love half dollars. I've loved them. I don't know why. I'm just crazy. I'm weird. It's my little thing in the world, I guess. Yeah, so... Oh, I have one. Wait. I want to see if this one... Yeah, so this one's 40%. So this is a 65. And you can actually see there's a little bit of... They call it toning. You see that coloring? That's not like corrosion or anything. I'm surprised it actually toned for only 40% silver. So yeah, that's actually a 40% silver. And... Oh, here's one in decent shape. This one's 90% right here. So you're 90%, but it's in really good shape. So there you go. Yeah. So not only did the Democratic Party died in 1963, our money died basically the same year. Now that I think about it, it was at the dark demarcation line. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what type of crazy ass game you're playing, but anyway, yeah, he slight tangent. I call it my tangential thinking. Oh, that's what I want to. Okay, so if you're still listening, Lisa, I'll talk about that tomorrow. You're yeah. I think actually that's actually probably more important than coins, to be honest with you. But Frank kind of got on his little thing here, and yeah, I know I don't want to sound too doomery or sound too sad, but it's I don't know. To be honest with you, it's really hard. It's actually very nice that I had this little. I'm actually feeling better, even though I'm just. I didn't even think this would happen, but I'm latching onto any. It's kind of sad, right? Just any type of enjoyment. Jeez, why am I crying for a second? Jeez, oh Pete. Anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah. So these are silver, but that's right. Sorry, squirrel. God damn it, I can't talk. They actually feel different than the ones that have no. You may not be able to tell right away. But actually maybe that's an assignment for you guys, and maybe you have to pay a little bit more than what they're worth, but try to find a coin that doesn't have the silver and find one that has silver. And actually it's probably better if you get 2 silver ones. I always think like if you have 2 of them and you clang them together, that's a whole nother thing. When you clank it or when you flick the coin up for a coin toss, because it's silver, it'll actually vibrate. And the frequency, that sound is actually a higher frequency in the tune. I don't want to go into the woo-woo, but Frank doesn't mind opening the door to woo-woo. We consider all things. Going back to my tangential thinking, even if that line of thinking actually fails or what you thought you were going to go down, you thought you were going to go this way, but you find something else or different lines of thinking, I don't consider that a failure at all. I actually consider that as a success. So that's why crazy rabbit trails, or it's not even... You don't even think it's a rabbit trail. Like, Frank, what are you doing? There's no trail here. But then I start going. I'm like, hey, look, there's a trail. Yeah. You're like, oh, look at that over here. The brush, it grew over the trail. But there's a part of a trail here, right? It's part of the, I don't know. I think that's part of what God's trying to get us to do. Go around, explore, find new things, find new meanings. You know, you stumble upon something, you think everything's lost, but it's not. It's just something else that comes up. So anyway, yeah. So I encourage you to do that, you know, and if you can't, then get quarters. They might be easier. Or dimes if you want. Dimes, they're so small for me. Because they're smaller than a penny. It's really, I don't know. I really don't like dimes. I don't get it. It's so funny. Although back in the day when they were 90%, it actually was perfect from a weight perspective. So when they were out of silver, the sizes of the coins actually meant something, because how much weight was in a dime and like how much was in a quarter, you needed, right? You needed 2.5 dimes for the same weight as a quarter. And that is exactly how all this, that's how all this started. Our monetary, all that crap. But you know, interesting enough, they can't print these. And I think that's so funny, right? Like, and interesting enough, I never really thought too much about this. Now we're getting into the weeds big time. Again, tangential thinking. I think it's always, you know, maybe I'm just Isaiah or whatever, just a voice in the wild. Look it up, Isaiah. Good book, by the way. One of the greater prophets of the Old Testament. But I like those sayings in there. What was I getting to? Shit. Gosh, goddamn it. Too many tangential thinkings. Yeah, sometimes it helps if there's not such a... I don't know. I don't know why I can be simultaneously laser focused and completely scatterbrained all in the same... I don't know. It's like I never thought that was possible, but I'm becoming a what do they call that? Brain melt. No, I'm just saying that because I'm really like just going crazy. Okay, I forgot my thing. I don't know what the hell it was. I put away that one, but I don't know why the hell I got this one in my hand. Oh, that's right. Cheese O Pete's. I finally came back. Thanks, guys. I was about to end the video. Even on the quarters and everything, I just noticed this. So maybe it's nothing. It's just something to ponder on. You know, maybe more ideas, more people brains thinking about. And again, I believe not everything is face value. I think that's just one of a bunch of layers. Oh, hey, Lisa just sent me a sticker. Hey, Lisa, thank you. I don't know what it is, but I'll check it out. If you guys, and again, I think it's, I don't know, fitting, prophetic. It's not zooming in. Damn it. There it is. You notice anything at the bottom? It says America, United States of America. And I don't know. I don't care if the eagle is bad or good. I don't know if that symbol is bad or good. I think it depends on how it's used. It's absolutely beautiful from my perspective. And I still believe that the olive branch is peace and the arrows is war, because we must be prepared for both. And the eagle don't give a shit. That's why Frank likes it. But, oh, it just zoomed out. It says $50. You notice that? Why am I making this a point? Put on your thinking cap real quick. Okay? Okay. I'll pull one out. I think I have one here. Pull out a dollar bill. Sorry. Here's one. Oh, shit. There's a bunch of them. I forget. Hey, let's go. Hey, we got 69 subs, right? So come on, we got a bunch of ones. Oh wait, the strippers they only take Bitcoin. All right, no guys, this might blow your brain apart, or you might be like, dude, I'm not wrong. Just remember that, okay? Okay, what does it say at the top, everyone? Because that's important. Federal Reserve note. Okay? That distinguishes it as a debt instrument. So you are not looking at money. This is an IOU at the top right there. What does it say at the bottom? $1. What is a dollar? You're looking at it. Yeah. Chicken or the egg. Yeah, they fucked that. By doing this, they fucked up. This right here, what you're looking at. This is their death knell right here. I'm not fucking kidding there, guys. By doing this, the very first dollar, they put their own noose around their neck. I know you don't see it, but if you're looking at it, this is proof. And I know I'm not wrong about this, guys. I know I'm not wrong about this. This is evidence. This is evidence. This is a receipt of transaction, debt, stolen property. And we have it in our own hands. We're pretending it's not what it is. And we are extracting value from each other using stolen property. Hot take, drop, mic drop, whatever. But the one thing that I wanted to show you, right, is the dollar. It's a debt instrument. Guess what? This is not. So I present you a question. Because I've entertained this for quite some time. What would happen? Frank loves what ifs. I've always played strategic games. And when I play a strategic game, I have 3 games at least in my head. Each game is approximately 4 turns ahead. Some of those strategies weave in and out. So I might have multiple plans, multiple outcomes, and then as the game continues, I course correct. It's almost like a painter. It's almost like not quite Jackson Pollock, but that's a good description because look at his paintings. Half of them were like when he was drunk. But if you look at them, they're actually pretty beautiful, even though they look very chaotic at the same time. But his brain was definitely messed up. But here's what I present to you. If this somehow is null and void somehow, what about that? What about that? Could perhaps your pocket change be exceedingly more valuable than this? Yeah. Ponder that one. I don't know. I think that's interesting to ponder. Again, tangential thinking. You know, maybe that question really doesn't have an answer, to be honest. And it's almost irrelevant what the answer or answers. It could be multiple answers. Could be. Or hypotheticals or... Right? It's... Right? In the line of thinking and in the search of... Right? Some of the best inventions, some of the best breakthroughs have come that way. You're messing something up and someone goes, "Oh shit!" And then you find a new way of something, and you're just like, you weren't even expecting that. It wasn't even. You weren't even you know. I mean, look at the Wright brothers. They made bicycles. And yeah, they liked bicycles so much, and then hey, we can make light shit, and hey, look at this flying shit, and guess what? They made fucking the first flight. That's the shit I'm talking about. Where is that crazy ass thinking? But it has to be funnel. But yeah, I think that's an interesting thing to think about. Wouldn't you think? Because interesting enough, this isn't a Federal Reserve note. This is not a debt instrument. Although ironically, we use this thinking that it's this. when in fact it's the other way around. The world you thought is inverted. I'll leave you with that with this one in this video. I've had fun. I don't know if anyone's listening. It's actually funny. I'm really got my brain is up on 12,000 cylinders right now. You guys don't know this. I just like doing it. I don't know. I'm more of a touchy-feely person. I gotta do it, even though I'm an engineer. I can't. It's my dad that's in me. I love both sides of that. I like the intellect part and I like the physical part. Merging them together, again, I call it artistic, chaotic creativity. But no, this is a prime example. Like everything now that I'm thinking about this, and why did I turn the bill upside down? Because our entire world is upside down. So what we've been told is this is the correct way, but in reality, this is what we see, but in reality, it's this. So this is the real thing, but our brain is tricking us thinking that it's this way. Right? Topsy-turvy, right? Good is bad, bad's evil. Who does that? Who? If that's more of a rhetorical question. Evil? That Satan guy? Interesting enough, even if, let's just postulate something again. Frank, you said the video was going to end. Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing. 46 minutes! Holy shit! This might be one of my longest videos. Oh, that's what it's going to be. I don't know what to name this one. I'll call it Money, Money, Money. But it's got other elements. Yeah. But I was just thinking here, this literally will be my last statement. Thank you so much for listening. All you subs, you're the best. We have 69. It's been, 5+ years since we've had any of that. Jeez. Yeah, anyway, squirrel. Now I might have to, so I got other, all right, purge that thought and keep that thought for later before bedtime. Even if there's no Satan per se, or maybe that Satan is no longer with us or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? The fact is still here. There is something. Label it what you want, right? That's why I think one thing, right? One evil or thought pattern, right? It can have many labels and it can have many names, right? Remember, like the old kings and queens, they had all these names, or like fighters, you go boxing ring, like Iron Mike Tyson, the blah, blah, blah of this and the blah, blah, blah of that, and he comes out, right? That's what it is, right? Like I said, that's why I try not to get too hung up on what people actually believe and what they don't believe, because I'm kind of like, I'm not even sure to what extent it really matters, right? It's almost more... And maybe this is the wisdom part. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Homefront can either say yay or nay, or you're sort of close, but you're sort of not. I think I'm more leaning, more believing. Maybe not use that word. This is, I don't want to say a test, but I think it's what you do. Like literally, I think it almost... I think it's more in the actions of what you do, what you don't do, right? When given perhaps new perspective or when you come to realization. I think it's in those moments is when you decide to be good and evil. And perhaps all of what we see and what we don't see, maybe that's what it boils down to. I don't know. I leave you with that to think about. Yeah, American Eagle Rises. Yeah, that was a little deep, Frank. And no, I haven't had any beer. Haven't had any drugs. Yeah. Now, if you are so inclined to, share or, maybe send a donation. Hey, Frank, go get some because maybe you would make a really good stream or something. I don't know. I don't know. I might take a hit and knowing how much I'm wound up, I might just crash. 3 days later, my friends over, wake up. I'll be like, what? Oh, we're just making sure you're alive. I'm like, dude, it was the best dream. A woman was actually talking to me, and she wasn't, she wasn't like, ah, ah. Yeah, what do you guys think? Am I like the biggest goofball? Yeah. Again, Frank can be serious and goofball at the same time. I don't know. Maybe that's like what children are. I don't know. Maybe I still have that little kid in me. I definitely have the little kid in me. Let's just be honest about that. I got dragons, for crying out loud. Here we go. Here. I got little plushy guys. He's pretty cool. Look, he's for Halloween, by the way. Yeah. What's up, dude? Hey, what's your name again? Merlin. Like, oh, dude. Yeah, dude. So you better be careful, or I'm gonna put a spell on you. Really, dude? Really? I saved you from those evil people. Anyway, yeah, they talk to me sometime. Like my damn squirrels. Shit, man, my squirrel. Yeah, we need to do what do they call it? Community check. Don't send that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Community check. Man, people have some damn nerve. You know what? Anyway, god damn it, Frank. You should. Yeah. Whatever happened to talking to people? Whatever happened about going out your door? Walk about what? How far is it away from your closest neighbor? Knock on the door. Hey, how you doing today? My name's so-and-so. Nice to meet you. Do people still do that? I don't know, man. I must be fucking retarded, right? Sorry, guys. I just dropped the F-bomb there. But you know what I'm getting at, man? What the hell? All right? So you get called for a community check, and they don't even know your fucking name. Don't be pulling that shit on me. Community check. Dude, I'll give you a check, right? I'll check to make sure that damn thing works. Not on you, not on anyone. No, that's just, we just make sure it works. We don't discharge it. I just said, yeah, anyway. 50. What the hell? It's like almost an hour long. It's probably going to take this damn YouTube like 2 hours, so we might post this one, and it's going to probably be a little late because I still got like one more thing I need to do. And it's 8 o'clock. Ah! Yeah, I know, guys. I'm like a squirrel right now. Yeah, Raymond's still going. Man, he's really digging the live stream. I can't. Keep going. Keep going, Raymond. I think you found something. You know, and the worst thing that can happen is, you know, we just have the community of X amount of people. That's all that you know, if he gets the same amount of people coming in, he gets the same whatever. Anyway, we're just trying to stoke your interest. You know, where is that fire? Is it still in there? Is your pilot light still lit? If it ain't, let me help you light that, right? Don't let that pilot light go out. You know, are you like me? A raging bonfire? And you're just looking for some more pallets? Throw a couple old oaks. Dude, man, burning oak, man. Old oak. Oh, shit, man. Yeah, good luck with that. Just don't make sure they're those damn shitty-ass railroad ties. Oh, Jesus. I shouldn't tell you about that story, but it wasn't my shit. It was at my friend's house, and we were fucking stupid in our, what? I don't know. Either late 20s or early 30s. Yeah. Yeah, don't inhale it. Oh my God. Anyway, see you guys. Yeah. Comment. No one's listening. There's two of you. There's two of you. If you're not, it's okay. If you're doing walking like I do and you're not really listening or like watching my face, it's all right. I'm not that ugly, am I? I've been losing lots of weight, guys. I'm losing so much weight. My underwear can't stay on. And like when I like do the flexing thing, like it's funny, like it's almost like just loose skin, and it's like around my belt line, and like everywhere else, it's like, I mean, look at my arm, like what the shit? It's all bone. There's like a little bit of meat right there. Look at my wrist. What the hell, dude? How can I still have any? Maybe my body's thinking it's starving. Well, guess what? We're going to start our fast. 48-hour fast. So, sorry, body. We got to put some more punishment into you. All right, with that said, guys, this has been fun. I can't promise one like this all the time. But this is where Frank's brain goes. And, yeah, I could probably live stream this shit all day. But people would want to say certain things. And I would definitely get crazy. All right, guys, we found the stop button like 3 times. And I promise this is it. So, see you guys tomorrow, all right? Be safe out there. Bye.